What's up, everyone? Another highly requested video that many people have asked me to do is an update on my Swimbait arsenal. So let's start with my soft Swimbait setup. So this is my soft Swimbait setup that I normally throw the 6-inch Battle Shad and the 6-inch Citizen. It's a medium heavy low-down customs workshop with a workshop blank. I paired that with the Garcia Ambassadeur Pro Rocket, the 100 anniversary edition. It's a 5.3-to-1 ratio. The line that I use, 65-pound braid, J braid with 17-pound Tatsu fluorocarbon leader. And I know that originally the Lowdown Custom workshop is kind of marketed as a treble hook bait, but I feel like the medium heavy, which is supposedly to throw 1 to 5 ounce, it's a little bit on the fast action side. I would say it's moderate fast action, and I've lost a few fish on the TK with this thing, and then I realized like this feels like more moderate fast than moderate, so I started using it as my 6-inch Citizen rod and my 6-inch Battle Shad rod, and ever since I switched over to that, I haven't lost a single fish. So that's currently my favorite soft swim bait setup to throw the smaller soft swim baits. The second soft swim bait setup that I use, it's a custom Phenix blank. It's a Phenix blank, but it's custom made. This is the, I believe, USB-800-H-B blank. It's supposedly like up to 8 ounce. It's a fast action rod, very stout. I've had this since 2017, and I love to throw the 7.5 Battle Shad, the 9-inch Battle Shad. I haven't lost a single fish on the 9-inch Battle Shad on this thing. I've lost one 7-inch Citizen on this thing, but I blame that due to the handle buckling when I was trying to reel it in, and it was actually like a really big fish. But other than that, I haven't lost much fish with this setup, and this blank is incredibly sensitive. I can feel each thump of the Battle Shad tail. Same thing with this one. I can feel each thump of the tail, and it's just so sensitive, and it's 10 out of 10. I can't think of a better soft swim bait setup. Again, I pair that with, this is an Garcia Ambassadeur RCN 6600. I believe it's record 6600. I don't think they make this reel anymore, unfortunately. I've had this in 2017, and I love it. It casts a mile. I can skip it. I can skip baits easily. Same thing with this one. Actually, they're almost identical. Again, 65-pound braid, but in this case, I use a 25-pound Abrazex fluorocarbon leader. And yeah, so those two are my soft swim bait setup. Okay. Kind of smaller treble hook baits. This is an Omega swim bait made by Leviathan. This is the heavy 8-foot. Supposedly it can throw 2 to 6 ounce. I wouldn't go higher than 4.5. It's very moderate. This is true moderate action rod. I throw the TK on this now, and I throw the like Eden 8, essentially the smaller treble hook baits, Negotiator. Fantastic rod, fantastic blank. I got this rod in 2020. At the time, they were using kind of like less well-known. It's they're Chinese guides, but these ones have been replaced with Fuji guides. Spiral to the left by Calitycal Tour. I pair that with the Garcia Ambassadeur Morrum 3600ZX. This is a 6.3 to 1 reel, so it's kind of like all around reel. And this is an amazing 200 size reel. It can cast super light lures very far. The drag is incredibly smooth, and I've had it since 2019 and I've never had a problem with it. This is one of my favorite 200 size reel. And yeah, so that is my small treble hook setup. Oh, one last thing. I throw my Magnum flutter spoon on this thing. Also, amazing flutter spoon setup. Okay, next I will talk about my extra heavy rod that I use for, I would say, short gliders. So this is Lowdown Custom. Again, the workshop blank, but it's custom made. This one throws essentially Texas Shad 9. I throw the HPH on this. I throw I've been starting to throw the Bear Claw on this. And for short gliders, I pair that with the Ryoga Shrapnel. Believe it's a 300 size reel. I use a 25-pound P-Line CXX, and yeah, it's just an amazing extra heavy rod for treble hook baits. Forgot to say, this one right here, my small treble hook setup, I put a 15-pound P-Line CXX on that one. My next one is one of my favorite setups. This is used to be my dedicated Depths 250 setup. Essentially, I only throw the 250 on this and the Hero Shad. This is the same blank as the one I talked before. It's the extra heavy workshop blank. 3 to 8 ounce, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Supposedly moderate action, but I find that the extra heavy, again, the workshop blank is more on the moderate fast, which I don't mind at all. The sweet spot is around 6 ounce. I throw the Hero Shad on this, which is around 7 ounce, and it's okay. And then any heavier than that, and then I think it starts to a little bit overpowered for the rod. I pair this one with a higher gear ratio reel. This is the Tranx 300. I know the side plate is the Curado, but it's because I lost the side plate and Shimano USA was out of stock for months. So I found out that you can put the Curado side plate on there and be just fine. So that's what I did. I just haven't replaced that one. This is the high gearing 300 HG. One of my favorite setups. I caught my PB on this. I've had it since 2017. Lost very few fish. Again, it's a Lowdown custom, so it's spiral to the right. All right. The next one is kind of like my Magnum size treble hook setup. This is a Lowdown custom extra heavy. As you can see, I have the codename Bass tied on to this one. This one, I believe, can throw up to like the mother size bait. I've got a few fish on this one already. Again, it's moderate fast, I would say. I pair that with the Conquest 300 MD. This is the XG, the newest Conquest iteration. I use 30-pound P-Line CXX on this one, and yeah, just great Lowdown custom extra heavy. Highly recommend for those really big swim baits. Lastly, I want to talk about a setup that I got most recently. I was able to snag this out of from DRT USA, and this is so far my favorite setup. This is the DRT Artex Cyclone. It supposedly can throw up to 10 ounce. The reason why this is my current setup right now is just it's so versatile. I can throw bait as small as the K9, and I can throw bait as heavy as the Hero Trout, which is around 9.1 or 9.2 ounce. The sweet spot on this rod, much larger than any of the other rods I have. Like for example, the extra heavy Load-On Customs Workshop, I would say the sweet spot is around 6, 5.5, 6.5. Outside of that, and then the rod feels like it's too powerful or it's underpowered. With this one, because this is an 8.5, well, it's 8.5, so it's 8 foot 6 inches. It has a very soft tip, so really good for treble hook baits, but it has the backbone to throw those larger baits, so that kind of increases the sweet spot to, yeah, I feel like the sweet spot is basically the range of what the rod can throw. Hero Trout feels just as good throwing that on this as throwing this 250 on this. So right now, this is my favorite setup. I've caught 5 fish on it so far. Yeah, it keeps them pinned. I paired this one with the new Abu Garcia Beast 300. Also, really great reels. I think this reel is even better than the Tranx 300, if you ask me. I put the 25-pound P-Line CXX on this one, and yeah, I can pretty much just bring one rod and throw everything on it, on this thing. Yeah. If you can snag this for below retail, or if you can snag this rod at retail, I would highly recommend. Lastly, that I want to talk about is the reel handle. Now I know some of you, how some of you guys feel about the DRT varial, but my thought is that if you're gonna spend 8 hours on the lake, 8-10 hours or more, why don't you just try to maximize your experience? And I've tried Hog Hunter's handle, I've tried a bunch of other handles, and I would say nothing compares to the DRT handle. And it's both worth it and not worth it. If you have the money for it, totally worth it. Otherwise, yeah, it's not gonna catch you bigger fish. It's not gonna catch you more fish. But what it will do is it will maximize your experience actually using the setup that you have. And to me, that goes a long way. I want to enjoy my time on the water as much as I can, even if it's just the reel handle. So with that, I paired all of my reels with the DRT varials. So basically, my general rule of thumb is that for the 5-to-1 gear ratio reel, I put 100 millimeter DRT varial on that one. You don't want to put too big of a handle because then you slow down the retrieve even more than you need to. And the 6-to-1, I go between 100 and 117. So for example, for the Morrum 3600 ZX, this one I put 100 millimeter. Actually, this is the only one that doesn't have a barrier handle. I do have the Studio Composite on this one. I believe it's 102 millimeter. And then for the Ryoga Shrapnel, I put 117 on that one. I tried the power handle on that one and it slows down the retrieve too much. So I took it a notch down to 117 millimeter. And then for the higher gear ratio, like the Tranx 300 HG or the Beast 300, that goes like 7.5-to-1. Same thing with the Conquest high gear ratio, which is again I think around 7.5, 7.6-to-1. I love the 140 millimeter power handles because you lose torque when you increase the gear ratio, so that compensates for that, and at the same time it gives you finer control over the bait because it slows it down just a little bit. And yeah, So that is my Swimbait setup. I think that's it. Alright, bye guys. One last thing. I am not a professional angler. I am not a sponsored angler. I pay everything that you see with my own money. I am not obligated to make a company look good or bad. Okay? But do take what I said with a grain of salt.